So we thought we were coming in the eastern entrance, and we knew that Scotty's Castle was flooded and closed, but what we didn't know was, so is the road. Sometimes things don't go as planned. Plan B, here we come. So it was back to Nevada, where we got to see more beautiful mineral colors in the mountains, expansive views, and have amazing pancakes at a Denny's and a casino. And I haven't seen diesel price lower than gas for years, and because gas was $8 a gallon inside the park, we stopped. Then it was past the brothel and into the park at the lower eastern entrance, where we got to see Corkscrew Peak, to the Beatty Cutoff, down to Furnace Creek, just running about 2 hours later than we'd planned, but the views were worth it. Out in the middle of nowhere, you wonder how and why this became a national park. We did see several different types of RV rigs, all the way from short trailers to Airstreams to huge Class A's. If this is you, say hi. There are several spots to stop and explore, but running behind in our schedule meant we had to pick and choose where to go. Okay, so plan B. We basically came back into the park the way we left it yesterday, and then cut down the Beatty Cutoff down to Furnace Creek, which is where we are right now. So let me give you the bad news. Yeah, it's hot here. It's really hot here, but it's pretty. This is one of 27 dark sky parks, and this center is a full museum that I'm happy to share. I'm a museum girl and have been a museum professional for the past several years, and I can tell you that this one is very well done. It covers everything from the effects of tourism to the effects of water and erosion. Those effects have delighted us during this visit. It also covers the Timbisha, Shoshone, and of course, the miners, how they mined, and the minerals involved. We were particularly interested in the minerals since we keep seeing these amazing colors in the rocks in all parts of the park. Off to Artist Drive, and I can now tell you the how and why this park became a national park. It got its name from a group of trapped miners on their way to the gold fields in 1849, even though only one of their party died. Short-lived boomtowns popped up for the gold and silver in the area, but tourism in the 1920s, with resorts built in Stovepipe Wells and Furnace Creek, brought people in. And in 1933, it was declared a national monument. Surprisingly, it didn't become a national park until 1994. It is the largest of our mainland national parks, and it will definitely take more than a day to explore, but it is highly drivable. We recommend the winter months for visiting. We were there on April 5th, and it was already in the high 90s. We took the Artist Drive to see the Artist Palette, a jewel in the park's crown, but the entire drive is wonderful. There are lots of pullouts so that you can get out and explore. Whoop-de-doo roads with wonderful mineral colors and views along the way. That is so cool. This is so cool. So this is Artist Palette Drive, and this is what we're looking at. Look at those colors. Is that crazy? Feels like something out of Star Wars. Indiana Jones. Somebody missing an arc? These are really cool canyons. We were dazzled at the colors of Artist's palette, and I always get a little sad when I see oversaturated photos of this spot. It's gorgeous in real life, even if the real life colors are not as vibrant as a rainbow. As you enter the canyons, you are suddenly very grateful that it's a one-way road with the high rock sides and the tight corners. These are the reasons that any vehicle over 25 feet is not allowed on this road. All those tight corners will treat you to more erosion formations and more mineral colors. And when you exit, you get this view. On the way to Zabriskie Point, you pass the Golden Canyon, which, if it hadn't been in the triple digits, we may have taken that walk. Instead, we enjoyed the views from air conditioning. Do you see a dress in that lava glob? As you turn towards the point, you get views of new types of erosion formations. And while it isn't a super bloom this year, the wildflowers are everywhere. Hey guys, hope you can hear this okay with the wind, but I'm at Zabriskie Point, and y'all know I'm getting over a knee injury. No way I can walk up that steep hill, but I wanted to show it to you just so that you know what the accessibility is like, and so that you can know what your limitations are and what you can do with it. I'll check it next time when I'm healthy. We love all the formations that natural erosion has created on this landscape. It's just so pretty. This view is to the left of the parking lot, and I was the only person over there enjoying it. This is one of my favorite images from this trip. So we made our way back to Stovepipe Wells, enjoyed views of the dunes we had plans to visit later, and saw the beautiful inn at Death Valley. There are a few accommodations inside the park, and they, along with the campgrounds, fill up quickly during peak months, so book early. We passed the Devil's Cornfield, the dunes, made a quick stop for some iced tea and a snack, where we learned all about the films that had been made here in the park before heading off to cross Immigrant Pass and make our way to the Charcoal Kilns. There were a few surprises along our way, including more and very different erosion formations. I mean, how did these holes even occur? With the creosote bushes in full bloom and the desert gold a bright yellow as well, it was so beautiful in this stretch. We were thrilled with the burrows. I'd heard about them, but never talked to anyone who'd actually seen them. So it was so much fun to hit this particular traffic jam. We couldn't get over how green it was. Green is not a color you associate with Death Valley, but in the spring there are vast areas of it that are beautiful sage green. As you come over the pass, you're struck again at just how vast this place is. And this view is one of many that make the long drive out to the kilns worth it, including more burrows. These guys were so curious about us. I don't know if people feed them or not, but we kept our distance and slowly drove on. You travel up a dirt road the last like mile and a half to get to the kilns. Just a little dirty. The kilns are about 25 feet tall and were completed in 1877 for a mining operation as a source of fuel for 2 smelters for their local lead-silver mines. These are the charcoal kilns that William Randolph Hearst had as a side business. So we're gonna go inside and take a look. I'll let you know I'm afraid of caves, so this is kind of freaking me out. These are pretty cool. You see where those lights coming in, those are the vents. And those, it should go all the way around. Try not to step because everything echoes. They were only in operation for a couple of years, and no one seems to know if other fuel sources were found or if the ore was simply stored somewhere else. So seeing the charcoal kilns was really cool. As you heard, the echo inside. I'm not good with tight enclosed spaces, but I just want to say, baby, I did it. Harry's not here on this trip, obviously, but that way he got to see it. Did it for you. One last look. The short working span may be why they are in such good conditions over 100 years later. And it wasn't William Randolph Hearst, but his father George, who owned these. He made much of his fortune off of mining, although this wasn't a huge moneymaker for him. We made our way back along the rough dirt road to the Green Valley. Am I the only one who sees something in these rock formations? I swear I see faces. We even found a tortoise crossing on our way to the dunes. The dunes. I simply love sand dunes. They are ever-changing sculptures. And whether you choose to hike out and walk the ridges, often the most sturdy part of the dune, or just wander close to the parking lot, you're going to be able to enjoy this view. The best time to see the dunes is early morning or late afternoon so that the shadows create definition. It was about 5 p.m. when we were there, and it was just stunning. Just remember to look down and around as you're heading out to the big dunes. There's so much to see, like lizard impressions, sitting, and moving. I think this was probably a fringe-toed lizard. This visit I got to see 3 different stages of creosote bush bloom, and they're all beautiful. There's so much that recommends this national park, but the dunes are always my favorite. So today was a very long day, but it was a good one. The views were amazing. Artist palette, we learned that's where Star Wars was filmed. Of course, you saw we ended up at the sand dunes, but we had some pretty amazing views as well as the wild burrows. So, pretty incredible day. That's it for Death Valley. We are off to Joshua Tree next. So, see you in the morning. Everybody, safe travels. Take care. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for joining us today on our day in Death Valley. We love sharing the beautiful with you, and it's why we make these videos.